Good afternoon, sir, and my fellow friends. Today we are going to discuss about the topic desalination of seawater. This presentation is made by me, Mohammad Sohel, and my friend Soham Kundu from the Department of CSE Second Year MCKBIE. First, I would like to thank my respected teacher, Somujit sir, to give us the opportunity to present this. 71% of our planet's surface is covered in water. 332.5 million cubic miles of it, 366 billion gallons. That's over 48 billion gallons of water for every person on Earth. But today, one out of three people don't have access to safe drinking water. Some projections would show by 2050, more than half of our population will be living in water stressed areas. That's over 4 billion people. These aren't just issues in developing countries, something you hear about elsewhere. There are things happening in our communities all the time, worried and angry about lead contamination. And that's the result of many things. But one of them is that 96.5% of our water is found in oceans. It's saturated with salt and undrinkable. And most of the Earth's salt water is locked away in glaciers or deep underground. Less than 1% of it is available to us. When you dig a little bit and look under the surface, even in India, we have large numbers of people that don't have safe access to clean drinking water. So why can't we just take all that seawater, filter out the salt, and have a nearly unlimited supply of clean drinkable water? So what is desalination? We need to know the term first. Next, I would like to request my friend Soham to discuss it.
At first, I would say what is desalination? Desalination refers to the various process that removes excess salt and other material from water in order to make the suitable for human consumption, irrigation and industrial application. So next, why is desalination important? Makes water suitable for human consumption and irrigation, makes water suitable for industrial application. Scarcity of fresh surface water in the world. Jethers contamination of groundwater, abundance of seawater. Afterward, we come to know where desalination is used. Arid areas is scarcity of fresh water, contaminated groundwater of brackets groundwater, seawater as source of raw water. Power availability is abundance and cost of power is low. Now, now various process available for desalination like reverse osmosis, distillation, multi-stage flash, multi-effect distillation, electrodialysis, and also solar desalination. Moving next, we first discuss about the desalination by reverse osmosis. Reverse osmosis is a filtration process which works by working pressure to force a solution through a semi-permeable selective membrane, retaining the solute on one side and allow the pure solvent to pass to the other side. This is the reverse of normal osmotic process, which is the natural
হ্যালো স্যার,
movement.
হ্যালো স্যার, সোহম আমার সাথেই আছে স্যার। আমরা কলেজে এসেছি একটু ইনোডিগার কাজে প্রজেক্টের জন্য।
Which is the natural movement of solvent from an area of low solute consumption through a membrane to an area of high solute consumption when no excess pressure is applied to balance free energy available in the high consumption area. Osmotic pressure is driven by chemical potential, which is thermodynamic parameter. Then I requested to my friend Soel to continue the presentation.
In case of reverse osmosis, salt water is forced through a membrane at 600 to 100,000 psi to overcome the vapor pressure of the saline water. Next. Next, I would like to discuss the steps involved in reverse osmosis. So this is the diagram involving RO process. And the first step is the removal of sediments from the water. In this step, all the sediments like clay, silt, and stones are removed from the water. And in the second step, as we can see, the reverse osmosis treatment is the usage of carbon filter. The carbon filter is used to remove the chlorine and other harmful chemicals that enter the water sources. And in the third step, water passes through the membrane and all the heavy metals present in the water are removed. In this step, the impurities are drained out of the reverse osmosis system and clean water is separated. Next, in the fourth step, the whole process of reverse osmosis is post filtration. This may be the last step, but is the most important of all. In this last stage, the bacteria, chlorine, and bad odor are removed from the water. After water passes from this stage, it comes out of the faucet and is perfect for consumption. Next, I would like to request my friend Soham to continue the next presentation.
Limitation of RO. Because of low back pressure is household system, about 85% of the water entering the plant is not recovered as clean due to selectively permeable membrane is used. The water is mostly demineralized, that is, the water is devoid the important minerals. Depending upon the desired product, either the solvent or solvent stream of reverse osmosis will be waste. Next, distillation. Distillation is the process of separating the component substance from liquid mixture by selective evaporated and consumptions. In case of pressure, exploit difference in volatility of mixture components. Different types of distillation process performed in a laboratory, like simple distillation, fractional distillation, steam distillation, vacuum distillation, short path distillation, and also zone distillation. Then I requested to my friend Soel explain the other processes of seawater desalination.
Next is multi-stage flash distillation. In the multi-stage flash distillation process, seawater feed is pressurized, heated, and discharged to a chamber maintained slightly below the saturation vapor pressure of the water. Then a fraction of this water flushes into steam and condenses on the exterior surface of the heat transfer tubing. Next comes the process of MSF. In the process, as we can see, the seawater enters and its temperature increases from seawater temperature to inlet temperature of the brine heater. At the outlet of the brine heater, when entering the first cell, seawater is overheated compared to the temperature and pressure of stage 1. Thus, it will immediately flush, that is, release heat, and thus vapor to reach equilibrium with stage conditions. The produced vapor is condensed into fresh water on the tubular exchanger at the top of the stage. The accumulated fresh water builds up the distillate production, which is extracted from the coldest stage. Upon leaving the evaporator, part of the warmed water is rejected to the sea. Part is used to make up for the plant. The warmed water may be used in winter to warm up the cooling seawater, thus enabling the water to be evaporated to be designed for a high temperature. Next, next is the multiple effect distillation. In this process, the salt water is first heated under pressure and forced to a chamber. However, in the system, the water vapor from the first chamber is used to heat the water the next chamber. This produces distilled water and more water vapor. Next, next comes the process of multiple effect distillation. As we can see here, the steam vapor enters the plant and is used to evaporate heated seawater. The secondary vapor reduced is used to generate tertiary steam at a lower pressure. The primary steam condensate is returned to the boiler of the power station since it is of extremely high quality that is needed for the turbine steam engine for the production of the steam. The multiple effect distillation process is used based on the double film heat transfer. Latent steam heat is transferred at each stage by steam condensation through the heat transfer surfaces to the evaporated falling film of seawater. The process is repeated up to 16 times in existing plants between the upper possible temperature and the lower possible cooling water. A compressor is used to maintain the gradual pressure gradient inside the vessel by removing the accumulated non-condensable gases together with the remaining water vapor. The pressure gradient along the multiple effect distillation effects is dictated by the saturation pressure of the feed system and the saturation pressure of the condensing steam exiting the last stage. It is condensed by cooling with seawater. Typical pressure gradients of 5 to 50 kilopascal across the system are typical. Next, next is the electrodialysis reversal. So what is electrodialysis in desalination? Electrodialysis reversal desalination, commonly abbreviated EDR, is a water desalination process in which electricity is applied to electrodes to pull naturally occurring dissolved salts through an ion exchange membrane to separate the water from the salts. So what is the purpose of the electrodialysis? The electrodialysis is used to transport salt ions from one solution through ion exchange membranes to another solution under the influence of an applied electric current. It is an alternative to the reverse osmosis as a desalination mechanism. And next, I'd like to request my friend Soham to continue with the next process involving desalination.
Now, now we see the solar steel. Solar steel are one of the simplest way of desalination. In solar steel, saline water is evaporated by solar heat and condensed to become fresh water. Though it is old, primitive tools, but is still useful for many people. Next, next we went through the various process of desalination. So coming next is the future scope of desalination. Desalination need to be implemented in any ocean bordering region. With complete reliance on seawater, it would undoubtedly but a at least an option for many people struggling to survive or maintain their standard of living. If technology countries to produce new method and better solution to issues to exist today, there would be a whole new water resource for more and more countries that are facing water problem. Next, cost or benefit analysis. The benefit of desalination are toward more water. The drawback, unfortunately, is the cost. Regardless, most people would avoid paying 3 4 times more for anything if they do not have to. If a region's water supply is currently meeting the needs of the people is sustainable manner, then switching to desalination is not an urgent issue. If the supply is unsustainable and the rate consumption is high, then some action must be taken to ensure that future generation will be access to water. Desalination will be appropriate if the area is then either rapidly running out of water or if the effort it would take to make the water supply sustainable is not feasible. Next, can a, dis- can a distillation plant be a solution for poor countries affected by drinking water scarcity? A distillation plant requires substantial investment, building, and operation which could be costly and may not be affordable to poor countries. Sea level rise is a major threat to freshwater resource in a number of countries, include some island nations and both developing and developed countries. One of the options of desalination here also, the poor countries must look for an alternate solution. Geography of desalination is current used by countries that have an extreme need for fresh water, have enough money of fund it and process the amount of energy required to produce it. The technology is expected to spread increasingly profitably in the United States, Libya, China, and India. Saudi Arab is the currently world number one producer of desalinated water. Next, next you can see the water requirement in coastal cities in India as well as the water stress all over the world. Next, Next, you can see the on the map the desalination plant in all over the India, and here one such desalination plant in Minjor desalination plant in Tamil Nadu. Next, we see the solution of the issue. To address this issue, respectively countries have to develop an initiative-based system of promote the future use of desalination. Additionally, drawing up the plans of implement desalination as well as physically making the blueprint for a plant will take another 2 3 years. Finally, building the plant themselves work take anywhere from another 3 4 years. As a result, they must expect to see the working effort of desalination as soon as 2023, if they being early as possible. Countries will to first do some preliminary research to make sure that there are locations within their boundaries where it is feasible to construct desalination plant. If a countries meet this qualification, they can apply for the desalination plant. They will have a determine the most appropriate way to organize the fund for construction of desalination plant on a case to case based by cooperating with business bank and other resources willing to participate. Next, negatives of solar desalination. Dumping the waste high temperature solution back into the ocean makes the process more complicated. The energy requirement to start up and power desalination plant is huge expense and it a manner of great concern for poorer countries. Within the energy issue, solar energy is potentially the most cost-effective energy source, but remains large untapped due to public opinion. If regions
So,
with if regions suitable from the cost or in a huge alternative try to use desalination water, it is an even more expensive process. There are major environment concern from desalination is related to discharge to brain which can damage the local ecosystem and biodiversity. I requested Soil to conclude this presentation.
so in the final conclusion, seawater desalination may look like an unnecessary luxury now, but it has a promising future keeping in mind the growing population. We must carefully consider both the intake of seawater to the system and the discharge of the concentrate from the RO membranes. Proper design, operation, and maintenance are essential to reduce this cost further. Again, thank you, all my friends, and our respected teacher, Somujit sir, for giving us the opportunity to present this. Thank you, sir.